Matt, do you notice anything different about my face today?
It looks more slap-worthy than normal. Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
No, what's going on with your face? What'd you do to your face?
My left eye is swollen and has a scratch on it because I was playing with my dog, and I thought I was going to have to wear a patch for the rest of my life, but...
You should do that.
Good news, my eye wasn't open that much. She pawed at me, and so now I've got a great big scratch on my eyelid.
Well, yeah, I can't really notice, so maybe no one else will notice either, but you look cool with an eye patch.
I was really worried because I thought, there it is, lost my right eye. It's gone for good now.
Yep. Next up, your left leg, and then you got to replace it with a peg.
Yep. And instead of a cute little puppy, I'm going to have to get a parrot.
And scurvy.
No, because I'll keep my limes in my beer.
Oh, that's right.
I keep scurvy at bay.
By putting lime in your beer.
Yep.
By the way, could you just have Bud Light lime? Would that do it?
I could. It's not as good.
Okay.
I went through a Bud Light lime phase for a long time.
Wasn't sure if it was, quote, lime flavoring or if it was actual lime in there.
Yeah.
I think it might be actual lime. Isn't there some kind of debris in there?
No.
There's no lime debris in it? Okay.
No. There's lime debris when you put your lime wedge in your beer, though.
I understand that part.
And I like that part.
But I thought I had seen that.
No.
Maybe it was just bad.
Maybe it was just curdled
Bud Light lime.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
Frozen.
So how do you feel? Does it hurt? Your dog attacked you in the face?
It was a little sore this morning when I was washing my face. But last night, it was real sore because I couldn't get to my right eye. But because I was afraid she scratched my eye, but she just scratched my eyelid. But it was enough of a, bonk to my eye that it was like a poke. So then my left eye didn't work either. And then I'm tears are flowing because of eye trauma. And my kids are like, do we need to call Dad? I'm like, no. What's he going to do? Nothing. So I just had to sit there on the couch, waiting for my eyes to work again. And then I went to the bathroom to see if I'd scratched my eyeball. Correction, see if my dog had scratched my eyeball. But no.
Yeah, so describe to me again the interaction that happened with the pup.
I was playing on the floor with her. And we were we weren't roughhousing or anything, but she's pawing at things now. She's going to paw at her ball to get it. And she pawed at me to play with her, only she pawed my face.
Right in the eye.
Come on, Mom, let's play. With one eyeball. Have you ever, when you poke your eye or you accidentally get your eye poked, the other eye doesn't work? Do you ever experience that?
Oh, First off, I've been fortunate to not have my eye poked in a while, but I don't recall any. I think I would remember something like that happening. You get poked in one eye and the other eye gets...
Yeah, it's like a defense mechanism. It shuts down and it tries to protect.
That makes sense. Is it in case you're encountering an animal that's clawing at you a bunch or another person?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need to poke myself in the eye right now to test that theory, but...
Not even for the show, Matt?
When you put it that way...
I could Three Stooges you.
Yeah, we are often challenging each other to do things that might cause injury for the show.
Right.
Maybe
another time.
I'll think about it. Maybe later in the show. We'll see where this goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was kind of rolling on the floor for a hot second with both eyes, and my children were concerned. What's happening?
You're rolling on the floor in pain?
Well, yeah. I was playing on the floor with her.
Right.
And it happened.
Yeah.
And so I was on the floor, expletives, covering my face, and the dog's like, wait, is this part of the game?
Yes, it is.
Then I got up off the couch blindly, or got off the floor and got on the couch blindly. And
the girls bring you an ice pack or anything like that for your face?
No, they just kept watching the dog for me because I was no longer able to see the dog.
Right, because if you can't see the dog, that's when it's most likely that the dog will go ahead and drop a deuce and then eat it.
It was before poop time. Yeah, she's pretty regular now, I have learned. It's morning, lunch, and dinner time. So
nom nom.
No, not dinner time. Maybe it's bedtime. She's a bedtime pooper.
Okay, nice snack before bed, huh?
she doesn't eat her poop then because we're outside with her.
You don't want to eat your poop directly before bed because then you get bad dreams or something, right?
Maybe.
Or you can't digest it and the calories stay with you. Yeah. Kate, have your kids expressed any interest in Fortnite at all?
I think they talk about friends that do it.
Okay. They've got the Nintendo Switch, which I think is fairly certain Fortnite's on Nintendo Switch. I think it's on all the things.
It's on all the things.
Yeah, iPads, phones, etc.
They know of its existence and their friends play, but they've never been like, hey, let's get it.
All right. So you're aware this is a big, huge, popular game, right?
Yes.
I found this to be incredibly striking. So in a 2-week period, Fortnite raised $144 million for Ukraine relief.
Wow.
So you think of that as in a 2-week period, this for-profit game managed to raise $144 million for charity for Ukraine.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And it's just like, man, I thought that game was big already, but the fact that they could raise that much money in 2 weeks, like, damn, go video games.
Are these purchases that parents are aware of?
Ha! You're wondering if it's just the kids pulling it off?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, first off, you want those parental controls on there or some kind of code that you got to type in, right?
Right.
Ideally, but you're probably right. There's probably some that probably happens a lot, actually. Kids getting away with buying stuff without the parents signing off on it.
I know it happens on Amazon all the time. Like kids ordering things on Amazon and parents don't know until it's delivered to their door.
Has that happened to you?
It has not.
Oh, okay. Because that is something that could happen over the Amazon smart speaker, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be on your list first, maybe. You can say, hey, get me more toilet paper. And then it's like, okay, that's something you get normally.
I don't have any parental controls in the app. So if my kids have my phone, they could order whatever they'd like.
Oh, it's that one-click purchasing.
Yeah.
They don't want to hold you back too much on any additional friction that keeps you from buying additional things from Amazon is a non-starter. They really would like to dissuade you from setting that up, I would imagine.
I would think so.
Yeah. If they want to get something on their Nintendo Switch, you probably do need to type in a 4-digit or 6-digit code or something, I think.
Well, okay, so we have an Amazon, or maybe not Amazon specifically. Maybe it's for our TV. Maybe it's our Fire Stick that you need to have a certain password to get onto apps. Any app from the TV. And the same thing, it's the same password when you go to buy a movie from Amazon Prime. And our kids know that. So It's kind of like, yeah, they could, yeah.
Is that your choice?
I think it was part of the parental controls.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, we had to tell them the password so they could get into the app. So they're not always like, hey, Mom, can you go on to Disney Plus for me? Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds clunky.
And it's the same password. Are you sure you want to buy this movie? Yes. Put in the password. Okay.
They have to type in a password to see things that you already bought?
No, not to see things. To go to the app, yes. But to buy new movies, yes.
Why do you have the app under a password?
It was parental control. Like, so they wouldn't go to certain apps, but there's not apps that they can't go on. I don't know.
It's hurting my brain.
When they were little, it made sense. They're big now.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Because when they were little, you didn't have them typing that in.
Correct.
You would need to do it. Okay.
Yes. But now they know it.
I don't know how parents do it. Too many things.
But I also told them they're to not abuse that freedom. Like if they want to buy a movie, they have to talk to us. They can't just go and buy a movie. Because that did happen one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did purchase a online movie or whatever.
Which movie?
I think it was Bubble Guppies. I think it was like a season of Bubble Guppies.
That doesn't sound worth it at all.
No.
It's about Guppies? It's about
Yeah, it's a Nick Jr.
Free Frog Guppies?
No.
Aren't guppies frogs?
No. Guppies are fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I thought guppies were fish that became frogs.
Tadpoles?
Oh, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, never mind.
Okay. Guppies are fish.
Right.
But this is a Nick Jr. show where these guppies go to school and their teacher is Mr. Grouper and they learn about counting and they have obnoxious songs and
your
they
favorite
get stuck in your head for forever. Like, it's probably been years since we've watched Bubble Guppies in my house, but I can bubble, guppy, guppy, guppy. Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
I can keep going.
I couldn't imagine that getting obnoxious.
Lunchtime, line up, everybody line up. Yep.
Okay, Bubbles and Guppy? What was it?
Bubble Guppies.
Bubble Guppies. What's worse, Bubble Guppies or Cupcakes and Dinos?
Cupcakes and Dinos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Definitive. No hesitation.
Nope. I'd take Bubble Guppies any day.
The kids still try to watch Cupcakes and Dinos or not?
Not recently. Not to my knowledge.
For the unfamiliar, Kate, I assume you still do this, where the kids might be like, hey, can we put the thing on, the TV on? And you say, okay, but nothing stupid.
Yeah.
And one of the things that would fall under the stupid category is Cupcakes and Dinos.
Yeah. Yep.
You remember the theme song to that one?
Cupcakes and Dinos, Cupcakes and Dinos, Cupcakes and Dinos. I may have elaborated on that last part. I don't remember.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, it's terrible. But we've really been into the show Once Upon a Time. Do you remember that show?
It sounds familiar.
It was on ABC, and I don't remember. It ran for a couple of seasons, but it's been a while.
Is that a dinosaur one?
No, Once Upon a Time is about, like, fairy tales.
Fairy tales.
Yeah.
Okay. They act out different fairy tales each time?
Well, it's like they're torn between two worlds, like the fairy tale time and the modern world.
Ooh.
Yes, and it is a show that the girls and I can watch together, and I don't have to worry about it being inappropriate, and there's a little bit of like, ooh, try to figure out which fairy tale this character is from, and so we've been watching a lot of that lately.
That sounds wholesome. Nice family time viewing together.
Yeah, Disney Plus, no commercials, 45 minutes, snuggle on the couch. And the other night, though, there was one about Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf, and it was kind of scary right before bed. And I really had too much fun, like, scaring them right before they went to bed.
You put a shawl on and a wolf mask and things like that?
No, but you know what? The suspenseful music and it's leading up to, something's going to happen. And then you like grab their legs at the same time. They're like, ah, yeah. It's great.
Sounds like the recipe for a great night of sleep.
I know. Night. Start scratching on their windows. No.
Yeah. Tap, 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 tap.
Too far.
Yeah. Cause you would have to get a ladder out, right?
For Finley's window, not for Elliot's.
Oh, okay. So you can mess with Elliot at least without having to work too hard.
And she'd be easy to mess with.
Oh, yeah? Is she the most susceptible to being messed with?
She talks a big game, but I think she can kind of be a scaredy cat sometimes. Like the other day, she told me, I'm scared of ghosts. I'm like, no, I didn't know you were scared of ghosts.
What was the context of that?
I don't know.
Okay.
And hey, Monty, did you know that Elliot's scared of ghosts? No? I'm like, okay. Not just me.
If you need to wake her up some morning, get outside her door and go, woo!
Right?
And if you need me to, I can lay down some tracks of me making ghost sound effects and put them on tape for you.
There you go. You can play them from her closet.
Oh, yeah. It's a good idea. I think the best way to do that would start with like 10 minutes of silence, right? And then put it on a thing. And then you can press play on it. And then you go get Elliot and be like, hey, go to bed. Shoo, shoo. And then she goes in there and then woo begins after the 10 minutes of silence.
There you go.
Totally freak her out. You going to do that?
Maybe. Kind of missed the window on April Fool's Day.
It is for the show. Well, that makes it even more intense because
she's not looking for it.
Yeah, the guard's not up. Did you fool them any on April Fools or not? I can't believe I didn't ask you this earlier.
I think I did. We had plans Friday night, and I think I told both of them, just kidding, we're staying at home. We got to clean the bathrooms. They're like, what? Yeah. I was like, nope.
April Fools, you idiots. Like that.
April Fools.
See, now that's the kind of April Fooling I can get behind. It's the internet April Fooling that I don't really like. I don't want to talk about it too much because you definitely have made me paranoid that I do sound too much like old man, get off my lawn, stop trying to fool me.
I mean, nobody likes to be made a fool of, Matt. I get that. But on one day out of the year, I think it's okay.
I just waste my time. Whatever. I don't want
to. I don't think you help yourself when you say it wastes my time.
No. Okay.
No.
Now I got to debunk this to find out whether this glorious sounding thing is true. And no, it's not. Damn it.
Oh. Did you know there's going to be an opera based on Kurt Cobain's last days?
About time.
I am wondering what took them so long.
Yeah. No, I did not know this.
It's called Last Days. And it's based on the 2005 movie of the same name, which was caps locked, fictionalized account of the end of Kurt's life. Oh. Even though the main character is named Blake. I don't think I knew about this movie.
I haven't heard of it either.
Okay.
So they felt the need to change the name so they wouldn't get sued?
I'm wondering if for legality it couldn't be Kurt Cobain?
Or you just don't want to deal with Courtney Love?
Legally or otherwise, yeah.
Right, yeah. Either way.
But it's going to be an opera.
Where could one catch this opera?
This will premiere at the Royal Opera House in London.
I was going to say, is this one of these British things?
Well, I mean, America's not known for their operas, so...
No. I thought operas are mostly Italian.
I think you're right. European, yeah.
So you think you'll get on a boat and go overseas to check it out, Kate?
I don't think so. I'd be interested to see, to hear the music from it, though. You know, is it going to incorporate some Nirvana in there? Like, are we going to hear, undertones of Smells Like Teen Spirit?
Right. Oh, thrilling. I can't recall. I know there's the Alanis Morissette musical that's on Broadway, but a musical is different than opera. I can't remember hearing about modern opera that's based on, pop culture. Fascinating.
Okay, wait. Beyonce's MTV Carmen, wasn't that a hip opera?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember that being a thing. This is something from years and years and years ago, I assume. 10, 15, 20 years ago at this point.
Oh, has it been that long? I'm going to throw up if it is.
I think early 2000s is when she left Destiny's Child. So possibly.
2001. Hip opera, Carmen, with Mekhi Phifer, Mos Def, Bow Wow, Wyclef Jean, Beyonce, and Da Brat. Musical drama.
Do you remember watching it or no?
I do remember seeing it maybe seeing commercials for it on MTV. But the songs are not they're not from Carmen. They are from essentially Beyonce.
Right. Beyonce has written a hip opera in the year 2001. You know, Kate, back in my day, there were music videos on MTV.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to watch MTV growing up. We still did, but we weren't allowed to.
We weren't either, or at least I wasn't either for a decent bit, I don't think. VH1? Sure. Knock yourself out.
Yeah. I think that's how I got into country music, too, because I started watching CMT.
Oh.
I was like, I can watch these videos.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
How are country music videos? I can't say that I've seen many.
They're good. I think they try to make mini movies now. They bring in big directors and stuff.
Are they typically dressed as cowboys or?
It depends on the musician.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like there'd be lots of cowboys.
It depends.
I do remember I have seen the Drunk on a Plane one.
Yeah?
That's probably the most recent one I've seen.
That's a good one.
They're on a plane.
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Dierks Bentley is the pilot.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. He's a pilot in real life, and
oh, fancy.
the main character is a comedian.
And who's that song? Is that song by Dierks Bentley?
It is by Dierks Bentley. I'm trying to think of...
I'm drunk on a plane.
Die. What's his last name?
I messed up on a plane. I'm bleeped up on a plane. Who died?
Jeff Dye is the name of the main character who won Last Comic Standing.
And he's dead now?
No, his last name is Dye.
Oh, I see.
D-Y-E. So he is the main character in Drunk on a Plane.
Good factoid.
Yeah. Yep.
Pop-up video. That's what that was called, right?
I think so.
For the unfamiliar, pop-up video on... was that a VH1?
Yes.
Yeah, they would pop factoids up during a music video.
So you'd be watching the video, and then you'd get little factoids. Bloop.
Right. Like, this is the same model guitar that Jimi Hendrix played. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Or this was the 18th take of this really hard shot, or...
How rapidly are we approaching the point, or have we well breached the point of being well out of date on pop culture, Kate?
You and I?
Yeah.
I think we're still pretty hip, no?
Well, when you put it that way.
The fact that I just said I think we're still pretty hip makes us age even more?
No. Yeah.
I think we've got a pretty good grasp of what's going on right now.
Yeah, that's a good... I mean, part of it is due to our job kind of keeps us...
Oh, for sure.
Adjacent to that information. Otherwise, we'd be in bad shape, I think.
I don't think without this job, I would be on the internet every day like I am. And on days when I'm not working, I'm not on the internet.
Oh, really?
Hardly.
Okay. I'm on the internet way too much, but not always about entertainment-related stuff. Typically about dorky technology and video game stuff. I got a problem.
So you're hip in that area.
Oh, yeah. Being addicted to technology?
Video games, or like you're relevant in the video games and technology and stuff like that?
Yeah, to a point. Actually, I'm not playing Fortnite or Roblox or anything like that, but I do think those are targeted toward younger people mostly. Younger people, especially when it comes to Roblox.
Yeah.
You familiar?
I've heard of it.
I've witnessed a kid playing it recently and was like, what? And yeah, I turned into Tim Allen from Home Improvement.
A little bit.
A
little bit.
Maybe it'll be easier for me to stay off Twitter. Elon Musk now owns like 10% of Twitter.
Yes, I feel like I heard that.
Elon, the richest man in the world, the head of SpaceX as well as Tesla, bought 10% of Twitter, and I immediately got concerned that he was going to ruin it. And then I quickly thought, maybe if he ruins it, that will help me solve my Twitter problem.
Has it happened yet?
He hasn't been involved in it. They gave him a board seat, which apparently helps prevent him from being able to buy too many shares, to be able to have a lot of power.
Okay.
So he might not be able to ruin it too awful much. But if he does ruin it, it may be a while. They're finally testing an edit button for certain users where you can go fix typos, or my biggest concern is always change the entire meaning of their original tweet, which would have already had a ton of responses to it. I'm pretty anti-edit button when it comes to Twitter.
Did they just start pushing the edit button after Elon Musk? Because I feel like I saw something that he was a big pusher of the edit button. No?
He bought shares before they announced that the edit button was in testing, more or less. But they were like, hey, but we've been studying this for months. To basically preempt people from thinking that it was due to Elon.
Gotcha.
Oh, Elon.
Oh, Elon.
Such a tool. I wanted to use a different word, but...
I'm here for Garth Brooks all day, every day. Twice on Tuesdays.
You're here for Garth Brooks every day and twice on Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Trisha, his wife?
Yeah, bring it.
Okay.
I love Trisha.
Does she have a cooking show or something?
She does. And I have a Trisha cookbook.
Do you really?
I do. Okay.
What's the best Trisha recipe?
I don't know.
You don't know? You haven't opened it yet?
I have. I've paged through it. It's a really pretty book.
Oh, you just haven't tried any of the recipes?
I haven't made anything yet. No.
Gotcha.
It was a gift. I love it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I would never buy for myself, but someone bought it for me. So I was like, oh, thanks. Like, I appreciate it. Because I'd probably be too cheap and like go online and be like, what's Trisha's recipe for something if I saw it on TV?
Right.
But now I've got all of Trisha's recipes. I love it.
There aren't too many stories in there?
There's a couple. There's some really great pictures, too, of her in the kitchen and around the table with her family, which you know is posed. But at the same time, I like to see all the details and all the things that I would never put on my table.
It's just, it's basically, in this case, you said you haven't really tried any of the recipes. It's just,
right.
When we had talked about in the past, you had said you'd search for a certain recipe, and then you have to hear about someone's grandmother before
Oh, gosh, yes.
before they pony up the details on how exactly you need to, make the dish.
It's like, this is a really easy with little prep time and little cook time. This is going to be great. I'm like, great, I'm in. Let me see it. And then you have to hear about this is what your mom would do and your dad left and you didn't have any food and money and then the little old lady next door. And I was like, oh, gosh, just bring on the recipe.
Which reminds me that after we first brought this up, we had discovered just the recipe. Skip the clutter on any recipe site.
Yes.
So justtherecipe.com.
Love it.
Strips out all the stupid stories about whomever's dead grandma and gets me the buttermilk biscuits recipe I require. I don't know.
There you go.
Thanks.